Okay, hopefully you can hear things now. Anybody that's here can hear things. Hopefully that's the case, that you guys can hear things and see things and all of that good business. Because that was frustrating. Yeah, so there's a thing on here where when you start it out, it says that you have to, you can select your audio source. And when I set it up to do it later, I selected the audio source. And then when I came back and did it live, I didn't check to see if it had maintained that, but it didn't. And it went back to like a screen loop thing that I have for when I do streaming, when I record myself. It used to be streaming, but now it's just for when I record myself playing video games. So I'm in my office, which is just a craft pile back here. The guitar looks like a monster back there. So I'm in here tonight because we have the puppy, and the puppy is in there in its crate, and it throws tantrums and all of that stuff because it doesn't like the crate. But I'm like, 10 o'clock is bedtime for everybody, so I don't know what you're talking about. But she's in there, and I don't want to wake her up and have a problem. So that's why we're in here tonight. And my space is limited on my desk. Therefore, we're going to do. I'm like, the space is limited on my desk. I have a giant chunk of fluorite, a giant like freaking quartz, like geode thing, and a candle and a sphere of this, like I'm not talking like little, like I'm talking like, I don't have space on my desk because I have this just sitting here, and then like a whole array of rocks in front of them. And there's like a fountain, there's like a selenite lamp, there's like a little dainty cup of seashells or a seashell full of stones. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, I just don't have room to do a full tarot spread, but that's how it is. So pixelated, I can't help. I can't do anything this time because I'm on my actual computer as opposed to my laptop where I can flip over to data. So tonight we've got what we've got, and it's gonna be what it is. If you've got sound, if you've got even some picture, that's what you get. Also, please enjoy the noise of my two fans. Please enjoy the noise of the fans in the background so I don't die in this hot room. And I'm sorry if the tone. Yes, that is a Grumpy Cat poster behind me. That is somebody gave me that. And yeah, there's all sorts of stuff back there. Well, you can see there's the John Gayhart Johnson present that they gave me back there on my creativity altar that someone left a can on because everybody in the house respects my space. So yeah, that's the John Gayhart Johnson thing, and it's now on my creativity altar. So tonight we'll only be doing 3-card spreads for all of these because I just don't have the space to do a gigantic one. Unless I got out my tiny cards. I have a little travel altar. While I'm here, why don't I just give you the tour? I have like a little travel altar thing here. And it has teensy tiny cards in it. Look. little itty bitty ones. I guess I could use those, but boy, those are hard to shuffle. This is like your purse for in case of emergencies only type deal. All right. Let me go over to where I've got the questions. I'm going to pull those over here. And we're going to take a look. All right, now, hey, Ashley, what's happening? I mean, hey, everybody, but Ashley, I know, like live and in person. Like, we've worked on a two shows together, maybe 2 shows, maybe just one. Maybe Warpaint just felt like one long show because I was so sick in the middle of it. And the music was so hard. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. This seems like a good one. All right. All right. Here we go. This is actually a really good one for me this week. With so many conflicting viewpoints clashing every single day, I've been having difficulty finding a middle ground between conversation and aggression. On one hand, I see the utility and appeal of blocking and mocking internet trolls and nasty right-wingers. On the other hand, insulting people and refusing to engage with them changes no minds. And if society is going to progress, minds need to be changed. Is there some way to balance the two? Is there a middle ground? Which is the better strategy? This is fantastic. Let me tell you guys why. Because I had a week this week. I mean, like a week. With it wasn't a right-wing thing. It was just a totally different thing. But it did get me thinking more along the lines of overall, like how people interact online and stuff. So this is a good one. I have my own personal feelings on this, but those are biased. Those are biased personal feelings. So let's take a look and see. We're going to do, since we're only doing 3-card spreads tonight, we'll do one card for, well, we'll do one card for the blocking, one card for the blocking and mocking, one card for the refusing to engage, or no, one card for the changing minds, and then the middle card will be the balance and how to do that. Okay, that's how we're gonna lay this out. Let me move my keyboard. This is a nightmare. I mean, if you see what this table looks like back here with all like the paint crap all over it and like all the craft pieces, holy crap! You should see. You should see what this desk looks like. Okay, so. Okay, so let's take a look here. We said that the first card that we put down would have something to do with like the blocking and the mocking people and all of that stuff, right? So the card that came up was the Star. Since the Star has a lot to do with inspiration, a lot to do with creativity. Thank you, Miriam. It's not all, I didn't put any like gel or wax or anything in it today because I was just being at home. Because the Star has to do a lot with inspiration and stuff like that, I'm thinking that what this is probably a sign of is that, yes, there are people that are getting a lot of mileage, a lot of, I don't want to say joy, but yeah, there is some joy. There's a lot of creativity involved in the mocking people, in the coming up with quips and all of that stuff. That is true. So we've got the Knight of Wands, though, over here. And this is in the one about how to, like trying to reach out and engage. And I want to point out, because it's a knight, okay? So look at, he's dressed for battle. You're literally going to be, this is literally a case of going into battle. This is like going into battle armed with your truth stick, armed with this is like your intuition stick, because I always say this is intuition into action. And the idea is you are going to ride forth, that it's going to be into a battle. All right. Which one of these is like the best, what have you? This is interesting because what came up is the Page of Pentacles, but it's Page of Pentacles reversed. Now with the pages, I always think of like I always think of the pages as being similar to the Fool, a striking out towards something like with a naivete behind it. Having big plans, having ideas, having, and just in generally having a sense of, whatever the suit is, be it pentacles, swords, whatever, having the idea of I'm going to go forward and the best possible thing is going to happen, but instead it's reversed. And so what I think this is saying is like a material short sight here. And I'm not quite sure why those words are the ones that immediately come to mind, why material short sight is what comes to mind. But I do think that it's kind of saying that no matter, that we're not going to have, on either side, no one is going to have the energy to expend towards either of these approaches. I think the energy is running out. I think the energy for both the ha ha ha, let's make a joke out of it, you know, or look how witty I am about it, is running out of steam as things get considerably more serious. And then there's not going to be any energy towards, you know, debate me. I think we've run out. I think both sides here have run out of, and not to be like both sides have any, I'm not suggesting any equality in ideology or anything like that. I'm just saying that both sides on this have run out of steam in terms of being able to find a middle ground. I think what this is saying is finding a middle ground is going to spell disaster. So that's my thoughts. Hey, Helen, the question was, the idea of like on the internet, like arguing with people on another side of the political spectrum from you on various issues, and should you be rude and cruel and argumentative, or should you try to, you know, make progress and change minds? And the general feeling of the reading seems to be that we're beyond both at this point, which is interesting. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, let me delete that. I like that my keyboard's over here and I have to lean over and I have to hit it, and I feel like very official. Like I have this going on and I've got two windows open and I've got a camera, a webcam, and I've got this happening, and it's this whole thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Recently, thanks in large part to ContraPoints, I've gotten very involved in trans activism, though I myself am not trans. In the past month, though, someone pointed out to me that perhaps I should instead be focusing my efforts on something more widespread, like racism, which is affecting a lot more people. Am I doing the right thing? Okay, this is before I ask the cards. I'm just going to say this so we all know what my personal bias is. I feel like anybody who's saying that you shouldn't be involved in trans activism or you shouldn't be raising that plight because, well, this matters more. It's not that they care more about the racism or they care more about all those people who are dealing with the racist thing. It's that they don't want you to care, and they don't want people to care about trans people. You don't have to pit. It's almost like say like I'm sorry, but race is a huge factor in how transgender people get treated. Being trans is a huge factor in how people of color are treated. You can't separate the two. And so if somebody's telling you you should be focused only on this because this is more important, what they're saying is that the other thing is not important. There are lots of people out there. But let's just do a 3-card reading and see what's going on. Where should this person be focusing their efforts in their activism? We'll do 3 cards. We'll do past, present, future. That works for this one. Past, present, future on this person's activism. And it won't even necessarily have to address the question of which. Let's just do past, present, and future on their activism in general. Okay, yeah, so that sounds about right. The first thing that came out was the Empress. Your interest in this is a genuine caring and nurturing towards people. It's not that you only care about one kind of people. It's not that you only care about one issue. You care about people in general. You're a nurturing person. You're seeing people in need and you're wanting to help. Now, I don't know if feminism has led you to this, if maybe you saw conflict within the feminist movement about this and that's what's taking you that way. I would assume that might be why this card is tied to it, but overall this is a nurturing type. You want to take people in under your wing and fight for them. You want to be a mama bear type thing. I mean, and that's if you're no matter what your gender is, this is sort of a mama bear energy. But your present is the Fool reversed. This is, you started out on a journey and now you're doubting the journey. Now you're not sure where you're going. You're not sure where you should be going. You're wanting a roadmap. And that is the doubt that has been sown by this person who has told you, hey, you should be thinking of something different. And then the final card is Strength. And I always like this one because it looks like what I have been doing all day, every day, ever since this damn puppy came to live at our house. This is me. And this is the puppy. Get that out of your mouth. Drop it. Drop it. Is that poop? Get it out of your mouth. Get it out of your mouth. Drop the poop. That's me. That's the picture. But strength looks hilarious backwards. Anyway, I think what this is saying is, in your case, instead of trying to pry the jaws of a dog open, what you are doing is trying to hold the jaws of a lion shut. I want to say that this is the person or anybody who's telling you that you need to focus your activism efforts elsewhere because there are more people out there. But this is you and your infinite patience and wisdom holding that person's mouth shut and just being like, nope, this is not it. This is what I feel called to help with. Obviously, there are a lot of factors in play when you're talking about being an ally that you're, obviously, but that's you need to that you'll have to look out for by yourself. You don't need to be squeezing the lion's mouth shut if the person telling you stuff, I probably don't have to even explain it, is actually a transgender person. But if it's somebody who isn't involved in the community or any kind of allyship, then what you need to be doing is just going hush and shutting their mouth for them. Unless they're eating poop or a plastic bag. Yeah, the puppy, Helen, is why we're in here tonight, is why we're in my office tonight. Because, boy howdy. All right. Okay. I've got a lot on my plate, pulling me in many directions. I will not bore you with a comprehensive list, but among them, work worries, parents who live far away and are sick, and it's hard, expensive to travel, and gender/medical issues for both me and my partner. Would it be okay to just have a reading to see if things will be okay for the next few months, or just go totally to hell? If not, I understand. Nope, we can totally do a generalized reading on that, but we'll do three cards for the next 3 months. Since August starts next week, we'll do August, September, October. And I'm not too drunk to keep them straight now. Just wait. That's coming. Hang on. August, September, October. You got a lot of shit going on inside your head. That's what's going to be happening. I don't see any outside issues, anything outside of yourself or your emotional state or whatever happening to you in the next few months. I see it all as being internalized issues you need to deal with. For example, the Page of Pentacles. First thing that comes to mind again is a material. What did I say before? It's that same sort of thing. It's the idea that you are going to be running out of energy and running out of ideas. You are obviously stressed about money, judging from what you were talking about on there in the question. But this is like you are running out of energy to be worried about this stuff. You are worried that opportunities are drying up. This is an energy that you are going to need to fight against in August, because it's going to start a downward spiral of depression is what's going to happen, because the next thing that's up here is the Magician reversed, which I generally associate with a lot of denial or falsehoods, that kind of thing. But the overall sense that I'm getting from this specifically is the idea of moving into a sort of denial phase, a sort of, everything's going to be okay and I'm not going to deal with any of this, I'm fine kind of phase that you would be going through in September. We don't want that. Final one is the Six of Wands reversed for October. Six of Wands this way is fantastic because the guy in the Caesar hat has an extra Caesar hat and he's riding around on a horse, and that's fantastic. But what is happening here is it's reversed. So you're not going to feel particularly Caesar-like. You're going to feel like I can't win, I can't catch a break, I can't whatever. None of this is reflective of what will actually be happening outside of you, but they're all reversed. So I read those as internal. These are internal attitudes that you're going to need to worry about cutting off at the pass before they can take root and bring you down into a deep depression within the next 3 months. Because this spread is, to me, just descent into descent into hopelessness that doesn't necessarily indicate anything to make you hopeless besides just being tired and getting overwhelmed and shutting down. So that is my answer to that one. You know, when you just do the 3 cards and you're not drunk when you start, it goes a lot faster. That said, I do have to get drunk and high. Because the sad Dracula comes up and I don't talk about him for at least 10 minutes at a time. Oh, I need to think of a punchline. We can do this one real quick before I smoke my weed. I need to think of a punchline for a silly comic about bad movie pseudoscience. Help. Let's see. What direction should this person take their punchline in? What direction should this person take their punchline in? Oh, that's funny. So the 10 of Wands reversed. Usually the 10 of Wands is like, hey, you're carrying this burden. Hey, you're almost to the house. You're whatever. This is sort of like a laying the burden down type thing or escaping a burden. So, I mean, your punchline could effectively be about the screenwriters just kind of wash their hands of the burden of logic or something like that. I mean, I don't know what your joke is, but apparently that's the direction you need to take it in. That said, maybe the tarot doesn't have a sense of humor. When are you going to release a new Neil and Sophie? Well, let's go to the cards. I'm kidding. I don't need to go to the cards. The new Neil and Sophie will be coming out, hopefully. I try to get those out in November. I would like to get it out in October. I don't know if that's going to be feasible, but it will, in fact, be out soon. So, somebody asked me for something that doesn't require a reading. It was just something that they drew, and this was back on the 23rd. So, what they said was, they did a 3-card check-in spread for themselves, and they need help figuring it out. The first card was, how am I doing overall? And they got the Moon. The second card is, how am I doing day to day? I got the Devil. Third card was, what is to come? And I got the 7 of Swords. So right off the bat, and let me go look at the 7 of Swords, because, I mean, I know what these all look like, but sometimes it's easier just to see. I don't necessarily need to see the other 2 because I already have a strong feeling usually about them. But not the 7 of Swords generally. I don't generally get a feel on the 7 of Swords. So what the first card, the how am I doing overall, the Moon, you have some issues right now with paranoia. You have some issues right now with fears that are holding you back. And that is, how am I doing day to day? The Devil, same thing. You are being held back by those fears. You are being held back by that sense of unease, whatever it is you have going on that you feel uneasy about. That is what is sort of plaguing you there. Also, if you have any sort of addiction issues, be honest with yourself on the day-to-day thing. Do you need to drink every day to get through? Is there something, is there an OCD ritual that you need to get through every single day, or you can't function? That's not the same thing as an addiction. I'm not saying, you know, classifying it like that, but I'm just saying that that could be one of the things that has you chained up. That could also make sense in terms of the Moon. That could be something to do with the, that could be something to do with the, what do you call it? Well, it's gone out of my head now. But, with the Moon and the Devil, those 2 things, it could be like your mental health. The overall, your mental health could be day to day chaining you up and keeping you from making forward progress. The 7 of Swords, that's right. That's why I wanted to look him up, because he's the guy who's like super happy because he's stealing a bunch of swords. So this is my favorite thing in the world, by the way, is the camera is right here, but for some reason I keep leaning past the edge of the open spreadsheet of questions. Like, hey guys, like I'm peeking out from behind it, but you can't see the spreadsheet. Anyway, so the Seven of Swords in this context, you've got a guy, he's got Five of Swords, and he's heading off like, ha ha ha, I'll come back and get you later. I think that the what is to come means you're going to be doing a lot of doing things halfway. If you don't address these first two things, you're going to be doing a lot of things partially. You're going to almost make this goal. You're going to almost finish this task. You're going to almost get this thing done. And so that is your, that's what I think your reading was. When you say, I've researched online each of these cards, but still am a little confused, would love to have insight from someone experienced at reading tarot. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Looking up the meanings is great, but probably probably it's going to be more beneficial to you to just take the feeling off the cards. Now, you might not have a deck like this where the meanings are really specifically laid out. Okay, if that's the case, do what you got to do, or if you don't get a particular feeling or whatever. But one thing I will say on this is that a lot of people cannot read for themselves. You may have gotten confused or had a harder time with this reading than with others because it is about yourself. I cannot read for myself. If I'm going to read for myself, I have to look up every single definition online, like every time. I have to get out the book every single time, because I will do a reading for myself and I'll go, what does that mean? What? And also because I don't trust myself to read for myself. I don't trust myself to not tell myself what I think I want to hear. So that might be something that you wanna think about, is maybe using the book, looking things up when you do readings for yourself, but don't beat yourself up if a reading for yourself doesn't make sense. A lot of readers can't read for themselves. Wop, wop, wop. Okay, I'm gonna smirk some weed. You can't see the thing, so you'd have no idea what I'm doing. Oh no! I am a fool! I have 2 fans on me right now. Hang on, we've got to fucking romance this flame. Woo! Gotta romance it. I'm not doing romance anymore. I'm writing romance. I'm just not. Michigan isn't still in a heat wave, but my office is perpetually in a heat wave. I have 2 doors. I have that one over there, and then I have double doors right here. And usually in the summer when the air conditioning is on, I can open the back one and that one, and it stays nice and cool in here. And in fact, the window where the air conditioning comes in is right across, so it's fantastic. But there's the puppy. And I have too much paint, too many canvases, too many sort of in-process projects. I'll show you. You may not have seen this before. I mean, maybe if you're on Instagram. But one of my hobbies, my friends, is making Ouija boards. Or since Ouija is copyrighted or trademarked, I can't really say Ouija, and I don't know if I've ever shown this before. So it's like a witch board. I make these. Oh, there's the thing that goes along with it. And I have another one that's in progress, and I'll show it to you because I'm excited about it. Oh, maybe not. It's buried. Never mind. Well, I'll show you this one that's in progress. This one, I don't know how well you can see the lettering yet because I got to go over it again. But this one is in progress right now. I stain it with watercolor. And then, this is going to be a pendulum board. I don't know if I'm going to sell these or what I'm going to do with them. Eventually, I'm going to have to stop futzing around and making them if I don't get rid of them. Just like with my paintings. I have paintings everywhere. You can see one right back there if it's not too pixelated. You can see there's a painting right back there just chilling. But I make stuff and then I just keep it and I don't know what to do with it. I did give a painting away this year. So that is something. That is something. All right. gross. Not to be gross. R2D2. That's actually a set of Mickey Mouse ears. Of R2D2 Mickey Mouse ears. And then it's on my teddy bear, Big Joe. Here's a weird thing. Big Joe I've had that teddy bear, and his name has been Big Joe since I could like first say, like I could give it a name and like, what are you gonna name it? And I'm like, Big Joe. And then I married someone named Joe. Isn't that weird? And he's a bear. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, that's Big Joe wearing those and a flowered lei thing that I think I got from a party at a con. I've got all sorts of weird shit in here. I should clean my office and do an office tour one day, because the sheer fucking amount of Doctor Who stuff that you can't see is like incredible. It's mind blowing and a little sad. And the number of pictures of Anthony Head I have, and the number of like Giles memorabilia that I have, it's a little bit, I mean, like, I got a lot of fan shit up here. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, woo, here's the fringe. Here's the fringe on my fucking, no, my Doctor Who Star Baby. Oh, no, my Doctor Who American Girl doll hat. Okay, anyway, like I've got, like, this shit just chilling. Just chilling up there. My American Girl doll has a matching cosplay to my cosplay. This is my Doctor Who Waldorf baby. Brown Green made that. Wonder where she is. I miss her. What's she doing? Somebody wake Bronwyn Green! Send her to me immediately! Okay. Oh, this is a tarot question. Hey, you guys, if some of you may have read my books, and if that's the case, you can weigh in on this. As a virgin who's never really had sexual inclinations to, say, touch myself or really explore my body, should I check out your erotica books or erotica in general? You've referenced them frequently, but I'm not sure if, considering that as someone who's never experienced sexual pleasure, they are for me. Okay, so here's what I will say about my books. They are never required reading to either be a reading of to read my blog or come hang out here or be friendly on social media or anything. I don't ever expect anybody to read my books. But I would say that if you do want to try to read one of my books, I have books that are not heavy in erotic content. If you aren't interested in sexuality, but you are interested in romance, I have some lower heat romances. Like there's one called Choosing You, and that one has sex scenes in it, but they are not as detailed or lengthy. I have another one that called Where We Land. Where We Land is also got sex scenes in it, but it's more about the romance. If you don't like romance at all, I have written a YA called Such Sweet Sorrow. It was the beginning of a series that ended up orphaned, but it's out there, and I think it's a good book, even though there was never a follow-up. And that's a YA, and there's no sexuality and really no romance in it beyond the fact that it's like Romeo and Juliet are involved in it. And then there's Nightmare Born, which has a little bit of romance in it, but it's like an urban fantasy YA, and that is on Radish. And then if you just want to try and see, The Boss is actually free as an ebook everywhere that it's sold. So you could get it, and it's not going to be like you're going to be out anything if you try it and you don't like it. You can also read it on Radish. So those are the things. And I don't know if anybody in here has read my stuff at all. But if you have, and if you have different ideas, or you're in the same position, like you're not really into sexy stuff, but maybe there's a particular book that you like or whatever, go ahead and let them know. But I do hope that even though it will be erotic, I do hope you participate in the Business Centaur's Virgin Temp. The Business Centaur's Virgin Temp. Honestly, when that's finished, it's going on Kindle Unlimited. That'll sell like fucking, you don't even know. You're looking at a future millionaire here. Okay, when I put that bitch in KU. Bam. And Blade Trasket will be a character in there. I have not started writing that. I have no idea where to. I will start writing it the day before it's supposed to start being on the blog. Because I don't even know how to start the fucking book. Like, how do you start that book? How do you sit down and just go, okay, how am I going to write this? Okay, I've got this character. Okay, John Gayhart Johnson, like, how do I fucking even, like, do that shit, right? Yes, the Trout Cinematic Universe is happening, starting. Because Blade Trasket's going to have a redemption arc. Because he's going to be, like, the antagonist, like, of the story of John Gayhart Johnson. No! Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't do big franchises. He's an artist. Did you guys see that bullshit? That thing that was going everywhere about how Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't do superhero movies, and that's why he's like so serious and awesome. He was on fucking Growing Pains. That's it. That taints your whole career, buddy. Sorry. You were not charismatic enough to replace Kirk Cameron. And yeah, you were a kid. But no excuses. He was Kirk Cameron. Okay. Okay. All right. This is a bummer. My food stamps will end soon because I haven't met the work requirement despite interviewing frequently for jobs. 8 interviews in 3 days this week alone. My savings will end around the same time. I don't want to move back in with my abusers, but will I end up doing so anyway? I really hope not. So rather than ask, will it happen? Let's get 3 cards on how to avoid that happening. Okay? How is this person? 3 cards. 3 cards left to right. How does this person avoid that? Okay, wow. So the thing is, a lot of this is pretty positive. Okay? And it's not unrealistically positive. We've got the 8 of Wands. Okay? And that means swift movement. And in this case, swift forward movement. So it's like a ball rolling down a hill. It's getting faster. It's picking up momentum. And you're the ball and you've been rolling down the hill. So it's going to finally reach, like, wherever it's going to smash into, it's going to smash into. That doesn't mean negative. This because the other cards aren't negative. Okay? I'm guessing from the happiness of these people. Oh, wait. That's not the mouse, Jen. That's a card. Hang on. Oh, God. It's so much more complicated with this setup than when I can just touch the screen. Okay. Whew. Whew. I had to burp. Okay. So this is, if you notice these people, they're very happy. They've got stuff to celebrate. There's a sense of joy here. So things, I said left to right. So I know that it doesn't look left to right on here. It looks backwards. But you're very swiftly moving to this place of joy and, having stuff to be happy about. The final card is the Queen of Swords. All right. This is a card that makes me of firm boundaries. Okay. And it's definitely a card, like I'm trying to contextualize it in this spread. It's definitely a card that is showing some kind of strong female influence. Now, I don't know what this could be. This could be your caseworker going, you know what? You know, like kind of figuring out like, no, you've been doing the thing. Okay. It could be, yeah, so it could be anybody who just like puts their foot down about, yeah, you're fulfilling the requirements. Or there could be an internal thing at one of the places where you're interviewing, where maybe somebody's going, I like that candidate, and putting their foot down about you as a candidate. It's this hugely open sort of possibility. It just feels like this force that's going to be around. And I feel like if you have interviewed for a fast food place, you might be getting the job. And I'm just saying that because it's, you know, kind of coming into whatever. This could also just be saying you need to have that sort of, you need to find some sort of strong, like working girl energy. And I don't know what your gender is, but all I can think about is that freaking song, that Carly Simon song, from that movie. So, there's something here. It does feel like you are not going to run into that situation. And I hope that's the case. You know, I hope you don't go to bed tonight going, you know, awesome. And then in a few weeks you go, Jen was wrong when she was drunk and doing my cards. But it just really feels like that you're very, like, things are going to turn very swiftly, or the progress you've made is going to amount into something very swiftly. So hopefully. Yeah. I think what they mean, Marilyn, is the work requirement, where if you don't have a job, you have to put in so many applications, or you have to prove that you've spent this many hours looking for work. So basically, if nobody is hiring and you can't get a job because nobody's hiring, you won't get assistance. It's really bonkers. It's incredibly bonkers. That if you can't get a job, but you are legitimately like, okay, I'm going to, you know, be trying to get, and when I was going through this, the idea was whatever job that you got offered, even if it didn't meet the work requirement, the hours work requirement for welfare, this wasn't for food stamps, this was like for cash assistance, you had to take the job, even if it wouldn't pay for stuff or it wouldn't meet any sort of minimum, even if it was like 5 hours a week somewhere, you had to take it. And then you had to fill the rest of those hours looking for another job, which then you would take, and hopefully it wouldn't conflict and all of that to get that cash assistance. It was messed up. I don't know if there have been changes to that since then, but it was rough. So. Requirement for people without kids to have to. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah, no, the country makes absolutely no sense. Okay. What should I think about when writing my college essay? Well, let's find out, my friend. draw one card for this. I'm feeling sassy. Well, it's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And it could just be that it heard the word college and was like, don't think about don't think about how expensive this class was. That's not going to be the motivator. Maybe it is. Maybe the motivator is think about how expensive this class is. And that, oh, wait, no, you're to go to college. Well, don't think about how expensive college is about to be for you. That sounds bonkers. But what should I think about when writing my college essay? I would say, don't think about how expensive college is going to be. That's fucking wild. Oh, man. Wow, you're putting into some Ivy League schools, aren't you? You're putting into some prestigious shit, aren't you? I hope whoever this is contacts me and tells me if they're like applying to like some expensive ass schools. Oh no. Okay. Alternately, you might, if you're applying to schools to go for like something like that you're very like it's a very high paying profession, maybe don't over focus on that in the essay if that's a part of it. I don't know. But overall that just seemed like a deck being fucking sassy. You're being sassy. Man, boy howdy. This weed, my friends. Look, you can see can you guys see how bad sun damage my face is? Look at that. And my acne. Look at that. I'm too close. We gotta figure something out. We gotta start a GoFundMe to fix my fucking face. Anyway. Hey guys, do I look like Sandy Duncan? That's what I think. Alright, just tell me I look like Sandy Duncan. She was the coolest on TV. Okay. Is my short film that I'm filming this weekend going to come out the way I'm hoping? Well, this is hang on, I was gonna say this is for the pendulum, but I don't know where my pendulum went. So I'm gonna use one of these ones that I made, one of these beautiful ones that I made, that I put up for sale. No, I'm just gonna tie them together. Fuck that shit. You're on a hook. You're on a hook. Why do you have to be difficult? Anyway, I make pendulums, and then every once in a while I get on fucking Instagram, and I'm like, would you like one of these pendulums? They're $16. So, like, this is one of them that I made. But I don't know where my pendulum is. This is selenite. And then, here. This is the other one. This is like a 7-stone, like a 7-stone one. I made that too. Can't see it very good. I was a little disappointed with how dull the one side was, but anyway. Wait, what? Day one, it looked good, but my brain was bugged. Wait, what? Oh, my hair? Is that what you're talking about? I'm too high. I can't make this stay up there now, though, because there isn't a bulk. What was I doing? I was answering a question. Okay, I'm going to use the selenite one because selenite is my jam. Okay, so how's your, is there thing gonna go? Is there film gonna go? Is their film gonna go the way that they want it to? I do have the fans going, so it takes a while. Okay, yeah, there's a steady yes. It's gonna go. I mean, it's like yes, but it's like a timid yes, and I don't think it's from the fans. I just think that it's a timid yes. Like, it's gonna go the way you want it to, but like, it's not gonna be like, yes, every single thing that you have planned is going to like totally fucking work out. Like, you're gonna be happy with it, but it's not necessarily gonna be like the most enthusiastic fucking astic. Anyway, it won't be enthusiastically yes. It'll be, you know, like, yeah, it turned out okay. It turned out great. Yeah, like, okay, like, you're gonna be happy with it. I'm getting so drunk. I'm gonna start doing more live streams. Just randomly during the week. I'll just be like, I'll just get on here and just whatever happens, happens. You know? So let's see. Oh, that's what you were talking about. You were talking about the movie. I thought you were talking about my hair. Uh-oh. Yeah, like, what if I just quit doing everything in life except for I just start live streaming on YouTube? Just stupid shit. I'll do other things, you know. Oh my gosh, the light, it looked kind of a little bit blue, and it made me think of that fucking demon movie. You guys, pause for a cause. That fucking demon movie, that Hereditary, that movie. Oh my god. I wish I could unsee that. I wish the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind machine was real so that I could just fucking, like, I gotta get rid of the memory of that, because that's how the demons get in you. Not hand lettering and lovingly painting and varnishing Ouija boards. No, the demons won't get in like that. They'll get in from a movie, but it was fucked up. It is. I have never thrown up from a movie before, and I threw up from that. I vomited. I vomited. All right. My birthday is on the 3rd. Can I get a reading for the upcoming year? Yes. I wasn't making fun of you. I just wanted to do a funny voice. I'm not mad at your question, whoever. I mean, like, happy birthday. I'm not like, I was like just being goofy. I was just, oh God, I've ruined it. Now everyone hates me. Jenny, you've done it again. The humans are on to you. Okay. I was trying to be humorous in the manner that a human being is humorous and sometimes cracks jokes. And I, a human being, was doing that behavior, which may not have come off as a jokey behavior. I assure you it was. Okay. Everybody just chill out. Everybody, we're fine. Just chill. I feel like one of those scenes where everybody's got a gun on everybody else. No, this shit is real, because I don't know what my caregiver is doing, but like, keep it up. Okay. Birthday is on the 3rd. Can I get a reading for the upcoming year? See there, I did it like Kermit instead. That was better. Let's do this birthday reading for the person that hates me now because they think that I was mocking them. Because I'm not neurotypical enough to pull off a joke. Okay, hang on. Birthday reading. 3 cards. 3 things that you can expect or need to be aware of next year. All right. Okay, 3 things that you can expect in the next year. So gird your loins. Boy, howdy. So the first card that you got is the Five of Pentacles. This is, I mean, like you can tell from the picture. It's people who are in need, walking through the snow, and then behind them is this church. Okay, are they walking past the church? Or are they going to it? Because I feel like her head is down, and she's looking down, and he's looking up. But I don't think either of them are actually looking at this window and going, look, there's help in this church. There's help, there's shelter, there's safety. This card is telling you that if you need help in the next part of the year, if you run into a position where you need help, you cannot be afraid to ask for it. It is crucial that you learn to lean on people. This is a money card, so I don't know if it means you're going to need to financially lean on anybody or financially ask for help or whatever, which could be anything from asking a family member to going down and applying for assistance. But you cannot get through the next year without asking someone for help. It could be emotional, it could be whatever, but you're apparently not good at that, and you have to get more comfortable with it because you're going to need to, because this year is going to be a year where you cannot balance anything. That sounds terrible. I don't know what's going to cause you to be knocked off of this balance, okay? But it could be, if you don't learn to ask for help, you aren't going to be able to balance everything because you're going to drop all this shit that you're trying to juggle because you needed someone to help you carry this other big coin, or at least the hula hoop, whatever, okay? So I think that's what the warning there is. This is, you're going to be in a position where you are burned out, you can't juggle, you can't whatever, because you didn't learn to ask for help. And then as a result, you will find yourself in a bad position. Again, these are all financial. So nobody likes to hear this, but I'm thinking that this is going to be a financial situation. I think you're going to have a tough financial situation coming up, and you are going to need to pay attention to resources available to you and take advantage of resources that are available to you, because you're not going to be able to keep up juggling. And in trying to keep up the juggling, you're going to end up not having as much, or you're going to lose some of your wealth. This could have something to do with stocks. This could have something to do with an investment account, like if you have an investment broker, or it could even be something along the lines of, it went out of my head. It wasn't about the investment thing. It could be just something that's like a little bit smaller, something that's like, just be more careful about stuff and ask for help before you're into trouble too deep. And it seems like it's money related or work related. These are all, I also think about these as work, because everybody's usually doing some form of work in them. I mean, like not in all of them, but like there's a lot of work depicted in these cards. So I would say that it could be work too. You might need to do help at work or whatever, so that you don't, lose your job or miss an opportunity or something. Feels more like job. Anyway, so I hope, here's what I'm gonna say. I know that's a shitty thing, right? That's a shitty thing to hear. Nobody wants to hear that there's gonna be bad things coming up for them, especially in their birthday reading, right? Well, my friends, my beautiful friends, I think it's better to know that something is coming up than it is to have it fucking hit you at the right in the like sock you in the fucking jaw type thing. This is wild. I can't believe that I'm in my office, but I'm talking to people, because I'm always in here like alone, like hopefully, well, not like alone, like I have a dog over there, like, and that burlap sack is full of my clothes, my old clothes that smell like me, and he lays on it and he licks it. He's 17. He has a lot of anxiety. I have to do what I can to keep him comfortable. So stuffing a burlap sack full of my old clothes so that he can smell me and lick that burlap sack all day until he gets tired. That's just what he does. That's his day. And then I go to bed and I stand at the top of the stairs and I sing Eye of the Tiger. But I change the words to Eye of the Sammy so that he comes up the stairs. And then he goes to sleep. And in the morning we get up, we come downstairs, we come in here, he licks the pillow, falls asleep, licks the pillow, falls asleep, that sort of thing. It's a pretty good life. He goes outside like twice a day. He doesn't move. He's 17. What do you want? Hey, we got a lot of animal people in here. What can I do to foster a better relationship between my cat and dog? How can I help my dog understand that our cat is not a toy to play with? Now, here's a story. I'm not sure. I think there are enough people in the comments here. Okay? I think there are enough people in the comments that can answer that question and give you practical advice that doesn't come like from the cards. So, you guys, fill up the comments with ideas about getting a dog to not fuck with a cat. And because the way I let it work out is, we have the puppy. And so right now she's learning a lot of fucking hard lessons about why the cat doesn't want to be her friend and how to pick up those signals from people. But that might not be the good way to do it. So anyway, I trust you guys. That's out to the universe. Give them and if you're watching this a different day, then fucking answer it in the comments. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. All right. Haha. We'll do a few more. We can do a few more. I'm not that high. I'm that high. So somebody has like a big question that they asked a while ago, and I never got to it, I don't think. And I can't do it tonight because it's going to take more than 3 cards. So. All right. 45's bestie Epstein was just arrested for sex trafficking minors. What's going to happen to him? Any chance he's going to roll over and name Trump? My thought? He's going to die in prison. He has dirt on the President of the United States. The President of the United States has access to the fucking CIA. He's a fucking goner. All right, 3 cards. Jeffrey Epstein. What's going to happen? 3 cards, left or right. What's going to happen? Yeah, he's going to die in jail. So, the first thing, the Page of Wands. He absolutely has some fucking news to spill. He absolutely has some fucking shit to spill on. But suicide or horse thing, Sunman, hot guy that guy up there in the morning gets obnoxious. That man, he's here reversed next to death. Now, watch this. The death card doesn't mean you're going to die. Death means change. Or, okay, well, yeah, but no, it's right next to the fucking card about, like, basically, like, suicidal fucking depression. Okay? I think that what's going to happen is he's absolutely going to be killed in prison, or he's going to kill himself in prison. That is what's going to happen. And, sorry, not in prison, but, like, in jail. I don't think he's going to make it to trial. I think that's straight up saying he's not going to fucking make it to trial. The camera is sinking. Oh, no. Hang on. Come on, man. You can do it. Oh. Well, I don't know how to fucking make you work, you stupid. I don't know. I think it's like, is it doing it again? There it goes. Are you melting? Like the Wiki Witch? Here. This is my fucking... Okay. Here we go. I don't know how to use this thing. Oh, I think I'm supposed to have it like that, right? And it's supposed to be like... Okay, wait, yeah. Okay, so I think I just had it wrong. Are you going to stay where you're at? Or do we got this? This is brand new. This is brand goddamn new. And it's a fucking... I think it pinches or something. And then I turn that part. Okay. I think I fixed it. I just don't think it was made to be like real sturdy. I don't think they had a Mac in my... an iMac. It's supposed to be clipped, or it's supposed to clip to the top of the computer, but the back of a Mac an iMac goes like out like this. It's like it's sloped, so I don't think it can get good purchase on that. But either way, okay. Yes, sometimes a death card is just a death card. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. I'm just trying to find something that... So, okay. When will you finish Blade Trasket, the novel? I've got to finish Business Centaur's Virgin Temp. I got to finish that first. How will the Mister continue to do? Better than my books. Let's see. Somebody asks about Laney Serum every once in a while. But you know what? I'm drunk and I'm high. Let's fucking do this. Laney Serum. What is Laney Serum doing nowadays? Let's make it happen. What is Laney Serum doing? Three things. Let us know. Let us know what she's... Let us know how she's doing. Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what she's up to. Yeah, I just figured out recently. I saw Jewel. Saw a thing of Jewel. And I thought, my God, that's who Laney Serum looks like. She looks like Jewel. Hello, Neth Smiley. What's happening? No, Blade Trasket will have to be another... He has to have a redemption arc. So I'm assuming that Flick a Star has a... I can't fucking believe they saddled me with that name. They saddled me with that name. Okay. So Blade Trasket will... Lady Flick a Star... Oh wait, no, they're step siblings. Isn't he step sibling? How's that book go? Is his stepsister? Because if his stepsister, he could I could write a stepsister romance. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's just brother. I don't think it's stepbrother. I think it's just step. Well, he can still have a stepsister. Yeah. So I could do one of those stepsister ones. I'm trying to make $1 million on Kindle Unlimited. I'm trying to make so much money on Kindle Unlimited. So they're gonna be what is Blade Trasket? Is he aware something? He's a something demon hunter. A werebear, that's right. Blade Trasget is a demon hunting werebear. Yeah, I don't have anything going on. We're just talking about werebears. He's not a centaur. We gotta get that. We gotta get the centaur off the table. Everything has to do with centaurs right now. No bear tars. Lobtar. Okay, you guys, Lobtar. I was out and having food with I may have talked about this in the last video, but I can't get over it. I was out having food with Brow and Green and our friend Kaylee Jones and my family, and my husband noticed that on the wall of the restaurant behind us, for some reason, there was a fish, a lobster, and a motorcycle. And we said, well, that's like the evolution. Like somebody at the table said, it's the evolution. The fish evolved to lobsters. And I was like, and the lobsters evolved into motorcycles? And I was like, no, he's a motorcycle lobtar or something, like a motorcycle centaur, like from that. And it just went off the rails until now there's a creature called a lobtar that is a horse's body with the legs of a lobster and the head of a horse, but with antenna and eye stalks with horse eyes on the ends, and then a lobster tail. So, and it scuttles. So, you're welcome. Sweet dreams. What was I talking about? I was talking about Laney Serum. Anyway, no, he's a werebear. Yeah, and then he'll get in with. So it'll be like the werebear demon hunter's virgin stepsister. Bam! #1 on Amazon. That would be a great D&D monster. Anybody who wants to use the Lobtar as a D&D monster, except for like, the D&D people themselves, if you want to fucking use it, you better pay me. But Lobtar. Yes, they taste like horse. Like you eat the horse part, but then you eat the lobster tail too. And like those both, I like both of those. I like horse. I like lobster. All right. Oh yeah. Laney Serum. What's she doing nowadays? Okay. The hermit crab reversed. Lobtars. Like there's a dimensional like lobtar, like a lobtar thing. Like a portal is gonna open and the lobtar are going to come in. Oh shit, this is fantastic. This is gonna be amazing. The Trout Cinematic Universe. Here they come. Yeah, and he's gonna be really sexy, and then he's gonna like be romancing his stepsister at the same time. Yeah, and everybody's like, "That's gross." I'm like, "That's the point, because that's like what you want." Like, anyway, yes, the Lobtars actually conquered the crab people. Crab people. All right. So the hermit reversed. She has, I guess, not really been learning anything. That's how I would take it, because this is like going off into seclusion and learning thing and examining your choices, and that's like not fucking happening. In fact, there is a renewed energy towards new action. So perhaps this will turn, yes, exactly. Filth is the most filth, but I want there to be a genuine romantic thing. A genuine, so like, his stepsister is not like, it's not like their sister and brother. Like their parents got married when they were adults. They never lived in the same house or anything like that. I'll make it not gross. I figured it out. And her name's not going to be fucking Flick a Star. I've got to figure out how to fucking, maybe they'll call her Fifi or some shit. I cannot figure that shit out. But Thanks, bitches, for giving me Flick a Star as a name. So anyway, then the Wheel of Fortune is here. This is interesting. This makes me think that she might be trying her hand at the same or a similar scam or a scam in general for the upcoming, like I think there really is going to be a second book, is what this is saying. And yeah. So yeah, the controversy might actually propel this one to legitimate success. That's wild. It's Tempura. Oh God, you guys, come on! I'm gonna get so fucking hungry. I'm gonna get so fucking hungry. Talking about lobsters. Oh my God! Like I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea how I'm gonna start this fucking book. The Virgin, the Business Centaurs, Virgin Temp. Here's a really terrible thing. John Gayhart Johnson is a real person who exists, and he actually, like, he's a real person. And that should have changed my mind, but here's the thing. We got to take one for the team. Just like the Ass Man took one for the team for the David Letterman, his Ass Man thing. And his name was, do you remember him? His name was Dick Ass Man. And David Letterman, like, fuck it. It felt like a month that we heard about Dick Ass Man. So, yeah, but there probably is not, in fact, a John Gayhart Johnson. There may not be a duplicate on that one, because that's fairly fucking, like, I dated a guy whose middle name was Hart. But I've never dated anybody else that had, like, a weird name. And even when I say date, let's, like, toss in all the people that, like, I've had sex with, and that's like a lot. So, yeah, there was nobody with a weird, like, Hart was the strangest. Oh, except for one guy, his middle name was C. And it's just because it sounded good with it was just the initial. He's like, I don't have a middle name, but I needed a middle initial, I guess. So, or my parents thought it sounded good to have the C in this particular name. And it did. It made the name sound amazing to say, like, his name, C, last name. It sounded awesome. Like, but they couldn't decide on something to go with the C, because it didn't, if you put it, like, whatever name wouldn't fit. And so they just left it at, like, C dot. So I thought that was odd. Yeah. Dick Panic. Lyndon B. Johnson? The B doesn't stand for anything? Oh, Harry S. Truman? That's wild. Yeah, they were both presidents. We're good. Look at us knowing history. I learn something every week, you guys. Every fucking week. Oh, I'm so drunk. How am I gonna get out of this office? Because I'm gonna get stuck here. I'm gonna get stuck, like, in my office, like office locked, where I'll just be, like, refreshing Twitter a bunch and trying to decide whether or not I should watch another episode of a show or go upstairs to bed. I might watch another episode of a show. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I don't know. I'd be tired. I gotta go somewhere tomorrow. I don't know, guys. I don't fucking know, you guys. Will the bat come back for vengeance? That was a while ago. Holy shit. I missed that one a long time. Oh, I must have covered that. Because the bat was at the beginning of Wizard of Oz. That was amazing, by the way. I was a scene stealer. I was incredible. People told me that, so I'm repeating it. People said, you were so good. You're a scene stealer. Oh my gosh, everybody laughed. And when I came out for my vows, there would, like, be a noticeable spike in, like, enthusiasm. So I'm not bragging. I'm just reporting on what happened. But I was very good at the part that I had. Okay. All right. So these are kind of a little bit sad. So we're going to just... Oh! Huh! Okay, Okay, somebody put one in that I'm going to do. All right. I'm part of a Star Trek RPG group, but I've never steadily watched any Star Trek. Should I start watching it? I don't know. I'm not gonna look that one up because let's fucking explore this. I'm fucking fascinated. You're in a Star Trek RPG group, and you've never really watched Star Trek with any sort of. I assume that what you're saying is you have consumed Star Trek, you know, the way that everybody does. Like maybe they catch it. There's an episode on UPN, and you're in a hotel room, that kind of thing. Well, I find this fascinating, and I feel like. I don't know. I wonder if the way that you play the game is affected by the fact that you haven't seen it. Like you're not trying, you won't be trying to fit your character into a preconceived thing. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Do the people in the group know that you haven't watched it? Like, have you, like, this is exciting to me. I feel like, no, don't start. I mean, unless you're like, man, I'm really into it now and I'm really excited to watch it. You know, watch it if you want to. But like, fucking wow. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think you should not. I think you should not get into watching Star Trek with any sort of steadiness. I think that you should see what happens and see if you notice a marked difference. I mean, then like eventually watch it because it's awesome. But yeah, that's so cool. That is so cool. Maybe you've only seen the movies. That could be. To be honest, I have seen basically my Star Trek knowledge is Next Generation, a little bit of the original, just a little bit, a teeny tiny bit of Deep Space Nine, and then most of the Next Generation movies. And that's it. I haven't seen a whole bunch of it. I'm not a giant Star Trek person. So, Klingon cuddled. I don't know that meme. Oh, man. Well, I am feeling the effects. So I'm going to sign off. And I will see you next week. And then, yeah, well, I am missing Voyager, but like it doesn't feel like missing it to me because it's just not my thing. I was more into Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I know you can like both, but I don't. I Star Trek is fine, but you know, take it or leave it because Star Wars. Anyway, I am going to get off of here. And yeah, I think I'm fucking Sherlock. So I just watched some more of The Terror, aka Daddy's on Ice. And I'll see you later. I'll probably be on again this week. I'll probably, you know, if you see me on, just pop in, say hi. You know how it is.